We ran through the chat capabilities of anything LLM, the RAG capabilities of anything LLM, as well as the agent capabilities of anything LLM. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Granularity.ai tutorial. Today, we are going to talk about something that I find fairly interesting, and it's called Anything LLM, the all-in-one AI application. Everything great about AI in one desktop application. Chat with docs, use AI agents, and more, full locally and offline. I am not sponsored by this company. I am not sponsored by this application. Simply just found it interesting. I actually heard about it through a data analytics and AI event that I attended recently. I think it was last week on a Wednesday. And somebody had presented this. It's like a group where we get together and kind of discuss different data topics, different AI topics. There's a bunch of data professionals. There's a bunch of electrical engineers, mechanical engineers, software engineers that kind of come together and discuss different topics when it comes to technology and artificial intelligence. So if this sounds like something that you're interested in learning about a platform similar to AI Suite that I had talked about a few weeks ago, where you're able to kind of use different models within one application to execute different tasks. It's completely possible. If that sounds like something that you're interested, please smash that subscribe button. Please like. If you feel like you want to, please dislike. Or make sure you suggest, comment, leave feedback in the comment section for us to know what you're interested in, what you're looking to learn about, and how we can help you and provide the best content that we can. Moving on. Anything LLM is an application that I recently found out about. I've been trying it out myself, using it, playing with it, and seeing kind of what I can develop from it. So you can download it for your desktop. I believe there's a Docker version as well as a regular desktop Windows 64 version. There's a macOS version. There's a Linux version. So it meets all the needs of all the kind of operating systems that are out there. I believe this was developed by individuals from MIT, I think called Mint Labs, Mintplex Labs, I think it's what it's called. Um, and they have documentation resources that you can kind of go through. It's a platform where you're able to have a chat. It's a plat where you're able to have a chat locally on your PC, as well as having a vector database and an AI agent platform as well. Now, I will say that some models need an API key, some don't. We're going to kind of run through that. We're not going to do anything crazy extensive. We're kind of just going to go through this and run through this and see, give you guys a little synopsis on kind of what you're able to do with this application and what it can create for you. So as you can see here, we have the documentation piece where you see the guides on using AI agents, overview of it, quick links, setup, stuff like that. We're going to kind of run through this with you guys. And then also, I think they have an introduction piece as well, feature overview, AI agents, API access, all features, AI agents, appearance customization, embedded chat widgets, chat logs, all types of things that you can do, all types of things that you can look through. Here's a kind of the different models they support: Olama, LM Studio, OpenAI, Azure OpenAI, AWS Bedrock, so forth and so on. This could be a highly useful platform, whether you're using it for at work or maybe you're using it by yourself. If you have a startup and maybe you have the GPU capacity for using something like this on everyone's PC, highly recommend using it. If you don't have a good GPU on your PC or on your Mac, highly recommend kind of not running this. For example, I've been trying it on my PC. I do not have a Mac. Um, and it's been kind of giving it a hard time. Definitely running it to its max because it is a large platform and you are installing it locally. So I kind of had to clear some stuff out of my PC to kind of make sure it's running efficiently and kind of delete some stuff. But overall, it does run, just not as fast, especially when you're installing local models or a platform that has local models on it. It can be fairly large and fairly cumbersome for your PC to handle. But we're going to run through all that. So then they also have a GitHub. I'll leave all these links within the YouTube description for you guys to take a look at. Anything LLM, number one repository of the day, cool features, multimodal support, simple chat UI, 100% cloud deployment ready, built-in and time-saving measures of managing very large documents compared to any other chat UI. Full developer API for custom integrations. That's super cool. Here it is kind of giving all the large language models that they support. Text to speech is within this. Vector databases within this. So again, this is also free. There is nothing that you need to pay for when downloading this. The only thing that you will pay for is if you have API keys that you want to use. Other than that, it is completely free, which makes it even better. So for the most part, I am kind of using Ollama. I think the majority of all the other models have need an API key and a cost to it. But it is possible to kind of just do it all for free. Anyways, without further ado, let's kind of jump right into using the tool. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you comment. Make sure you like. So going into anything LLM, you'll see this kind of nice workspace where it kind of explains or has kind of if you're able to create an issue, or if you want to create an issue in GitHub, creating your own workspace, also having it to where you're able to start on GitHub or content Mintplex Labs, which is a startup that developed this application. But first, we are going to just get started with creating our own workspace, and then I'll kind of give a brief run through of all its capabilities. So we're going to name this workspace GrandU LLM. And first, we're going to kind of set up the chat. So for this, as you can see, this is the kind of general settings, chat settings, vector database, agent configuration area. And you get to that by going into this settings option. Also, you have a place where you can load different documents in CSVs. For example, I have 2 CSVs, 2 data sets, and a PDF. This PDF is kind of large. So again, if you have a PC or a Mac that has decent RAM, not decent RAM, let's say good RAM, good memory, I think you should be safe. If your PC is kind of running behind on the RAM and memory, don't really recommend using large documents when doing the embedding. But you can kind of go on that by yourself and figure it out. There's also data connectors, which if you are in a startup, this can be really helpful, especially when you're using GitLab or Confluence, or even when you're kind of scraping websites. It can be really helpful just to kind of, again, have a quick way to ask about your Confluence pages or your Confluence database, or go to your GitLab repo looking for specific repositories versus like searching. You're kind of able to type in and describe what you're kind of looking for and go from there. So let's go to the chat settings, and here's kind of the part that we want to get to is using the different providers. So for this, we can see that there's different LLMs that we can use here. And a lot of these LLMs do require an API key that you have to pay for. Not fun when you got to pay for it. I don't really recommend it. The safest option, I would say, is just to go with Ollama. Or I think local. Oh no, you kind of need an API key for that as well. Best option, if you want it completely free, go to Ollama, install the latest, and make sure change this prompt if you need to. I just kind of kept it the default. Given the following conversation, relevant text, and a follow-up question, reply with an answer to the current question the user is asking. Return only given the above information, final blah blah blah. Cool. Set the temperature if you would like. And then kind of let's go ahead and update this. And once it's updated, you can see it has workspace updated. That's what we want to see. Hit that, make it go away. And then let's kind of ask it a basic question. Now, again, depending on the RAM, GPU, CPU that you have, It could take a while, it might not. I know for mine, it kind of takes a while. So I might kind of speed through this and get you the answer. But let's start off with a simple question. Please give me the formula. Actually, let's say, please give me the formula / equation for Pythagorean. I think that's theorem. I think that's how you spell Pythagorean. There you go. Please give me the formula / equation for Pythagorean theorem, and let's see what it kind of comes back to. So we're going to give it some time, and I might speed this up just to make sure that it kind of gives a speedy answer. So there we go. As you can see, it's able to respond pretty quickly. That was, I think, maybe less than 30 seconds. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Then let's kind of ask it, please describe the meaning behind each variable in this equation. Oh, please the meaning behind. At least the good part is it knew what I was trying to say. Please the meaning behind each variable in this equation. It knew what I was saying. In the Pythagorean theorem equation, A represents the length of one leg or side of a right triangle. B represents the length of the other leg or side of the same right triangle. C represents the hypotenuse, which is the longest side of the right triangle and is opposite the right angle, 90 degrees. So it is able to kind of chat with you. And again, basically, the more complicated the question, the longer it might take. But this is fairly simple. Just try to run through it quickly with you guys to kind of give you an idea on what you can and can't ask it, what is possible. Let's say, can you give me an example question that deals with this theorem? Great. As you can see, it starts writing out a sample question. If a right triangle has one leg that is 5 inches long and the other leg that is 12 inches long, what is the length of the hypotenuse, the side opposite the right triangle? Pretty good. Now, what we're going to do is move on to the vector database part. This, to me, is pretty fun. So first, we're going to also go to settings just so I can show you guys the vector database piece. I have the similarity search to low. It's the default. I don't feel like changing it. Again, leaving the max context snippets default. It says recommended for. I'm going to leave it the recommended. I believe you are able to play with the vector counts if you select a specific vector database to use. But again, I believe you have to go to kind of the open settings here. I believe, let me see. I think it's in this one. I could be wrong. Yeah. So depending on the vector database, here it's using LanceDB, 100% local vector that runs on the same instance as AnythingLLM, but you are able to kind of choose which one. We're going to kind of use the one that is given already, so you don't have to use the API key. Pinecone, again, API key. I kind of don't feel like paying. I'm on the side of free is where I want to be. Obviously, free may not be the most quality, but for what we're trying to run for this, just for this tutorial or for this kind of guide, free is fine. So we're going to stick with LanceDB. We're good to go with that. And then let's go back to workspaces. Go back to our workspace here, brand new LLM. And let's kind of begin using the RAG piece. So I want to use this OCD patient dataset.csv. If you're familiar with the past videos I used this dataset with Pandas AI experimenting, or not experimenting, but doing EDA, exploratory data analysis with this OCD patient dataset. Highly recommend using it. It's pretty interesting. I think in that Pandas AI tutorial, I included the data set. I could be wrong, or it might be in the GitHub, but I believe there is a link to it. And if there isn't, please let me know and I'll add it. So we're going to kind of move this to our workspace. Move to workspace. You can see that there's an option, save and embed. You can also upload different documents and also fetch a website. And I guess you can embed into this as well, and it can kind of save to your workspace. So we're going to save it. Didn't take long, thank God. And then we're kind of going to exit out of this. As you can see, the option went away. Let's go back to, what does this do? Pin to workspace. Oh yeah, let's pin it actually. What is this document? What you don't the entire document window. The first okay, got it. So let's pin it, and then let's go exit out of here and go back to our workspace. We're gonna create a new thread though, and we're gonna rename it OCD dataset. Save. So now that we're in this data set, we want to gather this. We don't really care to see the entire data set. Let's say we're not even a data scientist and a statistician, right? Or a data analyst, but we understand basic statistics and we want to kind of get a general idea of this data set and what it compromises of. So we're going to say, please give me the summary statistics for the OCD dataset. Now, again, this might take a while, so I might speed this up. I'm not sure. But let's give it some time and see what it might turn up. But again, this is a one-stop shop for using chat, RAG, and you can see that you can also upload your own documents or websites. Next, after this, we're going to show using AI agents with this to then search on the web for information that you might want. So as you can see, then it starts typing out the patient demographics, the summary statistics of the OCD data set. Age, min, max, mean, gender, ethnicity, blah, 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 blah. Ethnicity 16, 10, 3, Caucasian, da 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 da. Symptoms, diagnosis, duration, da 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 da. Medications, SSRI, SNRI, benzodiazepine, no medication. Obsession and compulsion types, harm-related, contamination, hoarding. Obsession type, harm-related, contamination, hoarding. Compulsion type, checking, washing, counting, praying, ordering. Oh, interesting. Oh, and then also, just to make sure that you can analyze where you're getting the information from, it can say like, hey, this is being pulled from the OCD patient dataset.csv. So again, let's see what insights we can give. What are the most important insights within this data set? And again, this could be important for people who are not data professionals. They just want to get a general idea of what the contents are within this data set. Maybe a physician, right? Just out of their own curiosity, just kind of wants to know what's in it, what the contents are, and get a general idea and feel for it. So in healthcare, this could be something pretty useful, or just in demographics or any type of data professional, this can be pretty useful. So as you can see, it kind of pulls insights from demographics. The majority of patients are female. Interesting. And the median age is 42.4 years old. This may suggest that OCD affects more women and younger adults. Now, don't take this for complete fact. This is just one data set. Please make sure you do your due diligence to do the research, to make sure that to understand that this is not just because you viewed one data set, that obviously means that you can generalize and it creates an objective view in the world. You kind of want to make sure you do your due diligence, get perspective, get point of views, and understand different types of data from different repositories. Prevalence of comorbidities. I've never heard that word before. But anyways, approximately 40% of patients have a diagnosis of depression and 20% have an anxiety diagnosis. This highlights the importance of addressing co-occurring mental health conditions in OCD treatment. Da 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 da. Family history. Unfortunately, no patient has reported family history of OCD, which may suggest a lack of genetic component in this population. Duration of symptoms. Da 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 da. Median duration of OCD symptoms is 92 months, suggests that many patients experience chronic symptoms. So yeah, again, this could be something, again, pretty useful for physicians, people who are kind of looking to not get too close to the data, but just close enough to where they can kind of get a general idea for it. Now, my favorite part, we are going to hop into the AI agent piece of this. So we're going to start a new thread. We're going to call this GrandU agent. Save. And we are going to go to the settings again. We're going to go to agent configuration, and we are going to, powered by Olama, download my models from metadata. We're going to instead use this AnythingLLM. I haven't used this one yet, so let's try it out. Waiting for models. Oh, I guess it doesn't have any models just yet. It does it? Wait for models. I guess it doesn't have any models just yet. We're going to use Olama as the trusty and dusty, reliable one. You're going to want to update the agent skills or update the agent configurations and then go to configure agent skills. Here's the fun part. This is where you're able to kind of select what the agent is able to do. SQL connector. I haven't hit this one. Yeah. So new SQL connection. I guess this is where you can go to Postgres, MySQL, SQL Server. This could be really cool to use, right? I haven't tried this myself, but you're able to write queries, I guess, just have a connection name and pull data directly from whatever database you're using. Let's do cancel on that and cancel on this. And then we're going to kind of deselect that. But we do want to keep the generate charts and web search. I don't think we're going to generate charts in this tutorial, but we're going to do the web search for this one. After that, you are going to want to save it. Make sure DuckDuckGo is completely free. There is no additional cost and no additional configuration. Cool. So let's hit save. Now, the question that I'm going to ask the AI agent is not going to be complicated. So once we kind of have our GrandU agent workspace set up, we then want to kind of invoke the agent, which we go here to agent and we type, I think for the first, you want to type in the agent request. So agent, please search online for different Christmas events happening in Miami, Florida this month in 2024. Just to add a specific, so I can only pull, so it doesn't give me like various messages. Okay, so agent invoked, swapping, da 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 da. So let's kind of copy this actually, and then go down here. Let's type it again. And let's see what happens. Let's give it some time. Yes. So as you can see, it's begun searching the internet, scraping the content. We can see here, agent is attempting to call web scraping tool. Agent scraping the content of, let's see, www.google.com, search Christmas events, Florida 2024. So it is working, which is good. It's just taking a while, which again goes back to depending on how fast your PC is, depending on GPUs, CPUs, and RAM, whatever kind of configurations you have on your Mac or PC, will definitely determine how quickly it can kind of derive this information for you. So just keep that in mind when using this tool. So it did return a response after searching, and says, I've searched online for different Christmas events happening in Miami, Florida this month in 2024. Here are some of the top results. Christmas at Sea, December 21st, 29th. Looks like it's at the Port of Miami. Oh, it's a cruise. Nice. Christmas Wonderland turns to Tropical Park. Da 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 da. Christmas Carol, the musical. Gulfstream Park, Fairchilds, Miami Beach Holiday Festival. Da 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 da. Armored Dance Theaters in Nutcracker, the Duke Ellington Jazz, Zoo Lights at Zoo Miami. Additionally, you can see also check out the following websites for more Christmas events in Miami. And here it lists out different websites that I guess they kind of took this information from. So it is able to pull information from online. I don't know if different search tools will affect kind of how fast it's able to pull that information. I'm curious. But as you can see, it is able to kind of pull that information via the request we made twice. I don't know why it takes 2 times, but that's interesting. Using the agent, the agent we created and configured in the past, is able to kind of pull that information. So we ran through the chat capabilities of AnythingLLM, the RAG capabilities of AnythingLLM, as well as the agent capabilities of AnythingLLM. If you did enjoy this video, please make sure you like. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Please make sure you dislike if you feel so propelled to. And please make sure you suggest, comment, leave feedback. Please let me know if you think this tool is cool or not. I think it's pretty cool. I think it can be very useful, especially if you're looking for a free AI tool that you can use with having the choice to pay for different capabilities. You do have the option also for free capabilities. I kind of like that ability to choose. But anyways, please make sure you like. Please make sure you subscribe. Please make sure you comment. And with that being said, bye bye.